Happy Halloween, everybody! But by the time you'll be watching this, it's going to be November. Alrighty, so here we are. We got a big episode. Basically, it was going to be a two-parter, but because of last week's break, they made it into a big one-parter episode. The Stray. Double meaning, if you really think about it. Because of the stowaway on the ship, and then Blake, but all in good time. All in good time. Don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the episode! Alright, so here's the setting. The Vinyl Festival is coming up, which is basically, by the way, Weiss describes it, there's going to be dances and parades, and then there's the tournament between all the hunter and huntresses schools, and it's going to be taking place soon. And we know very certainly that this is when Roman Torchwick is going to make his move and attack Vale, attack Beacon, assume his master plan. So, big things coming up. Now, as far as the tournament, we know that there are going to be 3 other schools, academies, that are going to be coming, which are representations of their countries. We only know of one other country, though, for sure, Venetia, which is mentioned in this episode. The other 2, we're not sure about. Maybe they were mentioned before. I would have to review some of the episodes. If they have been mentioned before, please leave comments down below so you can just rub my stupidity in my own face. Alright, so the plot has come back to Team RWBY. And they're basically walking through the streets of the city of Vale when they come across a crime scene. It's another dust shop that's been broken into. No money has been stolen, only the dust. So it's basically a relapse of what happened in the very first episode. Weiss believes it was the White Fang that did it, and while RWBY believes maybe it was Roman Torchwick. Now, here's what we really need to think about it. It could have been either, if you really think about it, because the White Fang, yes, they're a group of famus extremists, but on the path of robbing stores and just stealing dust, still, why? Why would they do that? They really don't have any use of it unless they're going to start a war. On the other hand, Roman Torchwick, he's going to need dust, basically power, in order to pull off his attack. So either Roman Torchwick robbed that place himself, or his associates did, or they're using the White Fang either as his associates or as a scapegoat. Either way, the White Fang famus are going to have a real rough time in the future. And how can we forget the 2 detectives that are reviewing the crime scene? The Hardy Boys from the Rooster Teeth shorts. Bernie Burns, Joel Heyman. Just go on YouTube, type in Rooster Teeth shorts, Hardy Boys. They'll come up. They're in a few. They're funny. Anyway, they have that same banter going on that they do in this episode, so go watch them. They're fun. Alrighty, at the docks, we know that a ship from Venetia has actually arrived, and a stowaway was on board, a monkey famus type guy by the name of Wukong. You're probably wondering, how do you know this? Or you probably already know how I know it. I look at the credits. But anyway, he's agile, he's fast, he's obviously like a prankster type deal, and maybe he has a thing for Blake. I mean, when he ran by her, he did the whole wink thing and was like, bam, gone, and she was kind of sat there in a daze, so, or maybe it's just because she's a famus, yeah? Anyway, with the entrance of Wukong, here's a possibility I came to the conclusion of. He may be an agent of the White Fang from a different country, from Venetia. But then I got to thinking, Venetia, if he's a monkey famus, maybe Venetia is more of like a tropical type place, country, you know, with actual like jungles and like the savannah. Maybe like Africa and India. That'd be really cool because so far Vale is more what's the word I'm looking for? Like northern hemisphere type deal, coniferous forests, like oak and pine, stuff like that. I think it would be cool if maybe later on in the series they went to different countries and we got to see what they look like. I think that'd be cool, but I just went totally off tangent there. Let's get back to the episode, shall we? Alright, the other big character in this episode that turns up is Penny, another student that's come to Vale for the tournament. Now, I'm not sure if son Wukong has come for the tournament or if he was just a stowaway that caught a ride to get to a new place. Who knows? But anyway, Penny is there for the tournament. She's a wild card. Don't really know much about her. We didn't even see a weapon or any type of fighting skill. All we really know is that she's kinda off, in the sense, kinda weird. But then again, everybody is weird in their own weird way. Now, in this episode, we actually get to see the true colors of Weiss about famus. It was kinda touched on in the previous episodes where there was Velvet, which she was getting picked on. Weiss didn't really... what's the word I'm looking for? She wasn't really concerned in any way or made any gesture to it. In this episode, we figure out Weiss actually is a bit speciesist, racist, whatever you like to say. Probably not to the extent of Cardin, but still kind of all in the same boat. Why can't we all just get along, be friends, you know? Weiss doesn't like famus for the reason that they specifically have targeted her family and have, like, killed members of her family, members of her family's company. She even mentions a train full of dust that was completely robbed due to Blake, the black trailer. Awesome to finally see the trailers coming into play. And due to that, she had a rough childhood with her father always being angry. The real question is, why do the famus not like the Schnee Dust Company? Probably because in the second episode, when Weiss and Blake are truly introduced, Blake tells Ruby that the Schnee Dust Company is known for their shady business partners and slave labor. So maybe the Schnee Dust Company has been using famus as slave labor due to the fact that they're of a lesser race, if you will, and just give them like scraps and don't pay them all that much. So famus as slave labor for the Schnee Dust Company would probably spark a little bit of hatred if you think about it. And finally, for all you guys out there, I hope somebody picks up all the phones, because you called it. You guys knew it far before I did, that Blake is a cat famus. Now personally, I always had the idea that maybe she was a famus, but it wasn't until you guys specifically said, oh, well, have you heard the rumors that she's a cat famus? That I was kind of like, well, that makes more sense. But in this episode, it's finally revealed underneath that bow is cat ears. Hot, 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 hot. But anyway, it's due to this she takes a lot of offense from Weiss, and then she actually admits that she either was or is a member of the White Fang. And then she runs off, and the episode ends with the rest of her team looking for her. I smell a biography episode next about Blake, about maybe her past. But besides that, what do we have in store? We still have the tournament that's going to go on. We still have Roman Torchwick's major plan. We still have all these things that need to be covered. How much longer is this season going to be, and how's it going to end, and when's the new season coming out? Now, I know the first season's coming out on DVD in November. And yes, I am going to buy that. I will buy the crap out of that. And I'm going to be watching all the special features and all that stuff. So let's just hope that there's at least a few more big episodes left in this season of RWBY. I mean, I'm not sure how many episodes there are going to be. I would say maybe anywhere from 19 to maybe 24. 19 because that's been the average number of episodes for Red vs. Blue. And then 24 because that's kind of the average that a actual anime would be. Animes sometimes vary between 12 and 24. But we still got a lot to look forward to. A lot more questions have come up, and we still don't have enough answers. I'll see you guys next time I do one of these. Leave comments down below for your own input. Yes, it'll be awesome. See ya. That outro kind of sucked, didn't it? What's gonna come next? I don't know. Leave your comments down below. Your own thoughts, your own conspiracies down below. Personal message me if there's not enough room, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya! Boop!